What is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Random. And in a couple of minutes, we're gonna go from this to this. Bam, back to this ugly looking thing for now, because surprisingly enough, there isn't a video on this on YouTube. There's nothing on the forums. I've been looking everywhere. A lot of old information there, and I figured, you know what, from my fellow New Edge Mustang GT owners, especially from the years of 1999 all the way up until 2004, there's a lot of you guys that would love to install a Terminator Cobra style front bumper on your New Edge Mustang. Now, the reason I decided to go with this look for now, it's because of the bumper that this car came with. You know what, for some of you guys who haven't seen it yet, let me show you what this freaking car came with. What crazy rice style bumper this car came with before I decided to just take it off and just roll like this for now. So now you guys understand why I decided to get rid of that abomination. So let's make our way over here to my little workstation and show you guys what we got working with. And as you guys can see right there, we have the Terminator Cobra front bumper cover. Now this originally came primered, or it already came pre-painted. It was a gray colored. It was ready to paint. Now I kind of painted this on my own. I painted it black. Originally I was gonna say I didn't do such a bad job on it, but then I decided to go hit it with some clear coat and I kind of messed it up. But either way, I'm pretty much gonna plan on wrapping the car sometime down the road. I just wanted the bumper to be somewhat presentable. And like I said, guys, before we get into it, I'm surprised there isn't a video on how to install a Terminator Cobra style bumper on your New Edge Mustang, because believe it or not, it's not as easy as plug and play. There is actually some modifications that are required to make the bumper fit into your New Edge from 99 to 2004. So without further ado, let's go ahead and cover the materials and exactly what it is that we're going to need to get this done. All right, first thing first is you're going to want to get some fog light bezels right here. Now pretty much what this is, it serves two purposes. Purpose number one is it covers up these hideous looking, I mean, you can't just leave the bumper like that, all just weird looking, right? So this kind of makes it presentable. As you guys can see, it's not fully in yet, and at the same time it actually helps protect your fog lights, which I'm going to cover now in a minute, from actually getting stolen. It makes it a lot harder for somebody to steal your fog lights if this bad boy right here is in the way protecting it. So now that we covered both our fog light bezels, next thing we're going to need is our fog lights. Now if you guys are looking for the OEM style fog lights for the Terminator Cobra, these are it right here. A quick little tip is you can actually go on eBay and type in Ford Escape or Ford Focus and fog lights, and believe it or not, Ford actually just borrowed that from the Focus and the Escape and just threw it on the Cobra. You know, just another Ford's parts bin creation right here. But yes, these are the OEM Cobra fog lights. And another thing you're gonna need is obviously a drill, and last but not least, my favorite type of screws. I just dropped that, self-tapping screws. What are those? Self-tapping screws, definitely your best friend when it comes to this. All right, guys, now the first step of the installation is to put your fog light bezels in. So you want to put your bumper on a soft surface. Pretty sure this grass isn't going to mess it up. The paint's already pretty bad enough as is. So now remember, there is like a more scooped out, you see that one, how it kind of pokes out more? That always goes towards the right. If you're trying to orient yourself, it always goes towards the right. Now another thing that you're going to notice is, you see these right here, these little that kind of stick out. Well, if you notice, the actual bumper has two holes, so you just align them, and it's just a matter of snapping it into place. And we just snap in, there we go, snap it in place. Now we're not fully done yet, but that's the first step, is you put your fog light bezels in. All right, then we rotate our bumper facing down, and that's where our drill and self-tapping screws come in handy, because as you guys can see, you see how the two holes match up for the headlight, for the fog light bezels, and this one kind of came down, but you guys can see how the holes line up. Well, what we're going to do is take our self-tapping screws and present it in the holes, and then just kind of drill them into place. And now what I think is the interesting part about these fog lights is that they don't actually go under the bumper, they go behind the bumper. So like I said, this is all to prevent theft, and it's as easy as just pretty much aligning it with these 4 columns. As you guys can see, you see there's the 4 holes, and you just align it like so, and then after that we just use the screws to drill them each in their the according hole that it's lined up with, and it should be as easy as that. And there you guys have it. See, the fog lights aren't going anywhere. All right guys, and there we have it. Now believe it or not, that was actually the easiest part about this whole installation. The hardest part is we actually got to do some fabrication to the actual fender bracket that holds the bumper, because 99 to 2004 GTs were not designed, they have different rearrangements of their brackets and all that. They weren't designed to take a Terminator Cobra bumper, but it's not as hard as it sounds. But either way, that's what it's going to look like once you've installed the fog light bezels and the actual fog lights like I showed you guys. So now the next step is to drill some holes into the bumper of our New Edge Vader Stang right there, and plug in this bad boy. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Actually, you know what, there's one more thing. I gotta install one more thing. You know what, let me go ahead and bring it out. I'm not gonna show you guys how to install it, but I'm gonna add it to it, and I'll tell you guys a little story behind it. But here we go in 3, 2, 1. Bam, there it is, the Mustang Mach 1 chin spoiler. Take a look, guys. Look how perfect it fits, man. And you know what the crazy thing is, I almost didn't buy it, because in the American Muscle website, which is where that chin spoiler is available, it said that it won't fit the round part of a Terminator Cobra bumper. But it actually fits. Not only does it fit very well, but it's super easy to install, and it's definitely going to give the car a bit of a lowered look as well. Either way, guys, let's make our way to the Stang. All right, now this is a part that kind of even made me make this video to begin with, because it's not just as easy as slapping on the bumper. It really isn't. You actually got to drill some extra holes, because these little tabs right here where that would normally go with a bracket, with a metal bracket to connect to the bumper, well, they don't fit GT style Mustang. And the bracket for this bumper, and for, I even had the OEM Cobra bracket as well, they don't align as well. So there's many different ways to actually mount this bumper. But what I'm going to do is, I bought these screws right here, and pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this down. It's hard to see, I can't really see anything. I'm going to fold this down right here, and I'm going to put the actual screw in through here like this, all the way. Once the screw is in, then I'm going to fold the tab down, and it's going to go that way into the bumper. And then on the other side of the bracket, I'll just screw in a little nut in there, and that should hold it pretty good. I'm going to do the same thing for this side as well. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to measure those 2 custom put bolts or whatever. I'm going to measure where exactly they fit. Hey, shh. I'm going to measure exactly where they fit along here, and I'm going to drill 2 holes so that they can go in perfectly. So yes, you're going to have to definitely drill into this metal bracket here. All right, guys, and this side is already pretty much mounted. The fitment will get a little bit more towards the top once I bring around the other side, but I want to show you guys it's not a bad fitment at all. Also remember, towards the top, this comes with a little hole already. The normal stock OEM GT hood hole is like somewhere there. So for the Cobra, it's just a little bit slightly to the left. It's no big deal. So that's going to hold your hood right there as well. It's already coming along very, very well. But this is what I wanted to show you guys, what you're going to have to do with the drilling. You see, does the camera pick it up? See the hole that I drilled? Well, you see how it's going to fit right into the hole. And then you put your hand from under and you bring it in, and you should have a really, really good fit. Disregard this headlight. I'm getting new headlights as well. Kind of throws off the fitment, but I'll show you guys the finished product in just a couple minutes. So let's get right back to fitting this bumper. All right, guys, and there we have it. It's finally complete. It fits perfectly well. That Mach 1 chin spoiler just looks simply phenomenal. If anybody tells you that you can't put a Terminator Cobra bumper on a GT, well, then show them this video and tell them they're wrong. This thing fits perfect. And if they tell you you can't put a Mach 1 chin spoiler on a Cobra bumper, on a Terminator Cobra bumper, well, they're wrong again, because it fits perfectly well. Either way, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. It was a pain in the ass filming and doing all these things for you guys, but I do it because somebody out there is going to benefit from this. And that is why I do it, guys. I do it for the 5 or 10 of you who actually appreciate this. I know I definitely got to clean this car. I mean, look at it. I was sanding a car next to it. I freaked up. Either way, I'm going to clean it really, really good. But after that, the only thing that's left to do to the Mustang is lower it. I definitely got to lower it. This thing is, like somebody said in the comments, it's like a lifted truck. Another thing I got to do is I got to somehow clean this up, remove this tape, and plug up the holes where the spoiler used to be. Got to get rid of this. There's a couple of things I got to do. It's definitely a work in progress, man, but I sure as hell hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video, man. Take it easy.